The Supreme Court is this morning set to rule on application for stay of execution by the appellants. Justices Philip Tunoi and Kalpana Rawal had moved to the court to consider granting a stay of execution of a Court of Appeal ruling that affirmed a High Court ruling that sent the two judges on compulsory retirement. The court will determine whether to grant a stay of execution or not. Already, the Judicial Service Commission has advertised the two positions and that of the Deputy Chief Justice. Now we cross over to the Supreme Court, where we have Ken Mijungu standing by. Ken Mijungu, over to you right now to give us the latest development.
Well, Dubal, we're supposed to begin here till 11. It's a few minutes past the hour, so we expect the five-judge bench led by the retiring Chief Justice William Mutunga to sit for the final time, at least in the thoughts of many here, and owing to the fact that the Judicial Service Commission has already preempted this morning's ruling by advertising the positions, as you mentioned right at the top of this, the positions of the Deputy Chief Justice and two judges of the Supreme Court, to make a quorum of 7, have already been advertised. So this ruling today stems from the Tuesday's ruling on the preliminary applications, whereby the lawyers representing both Justice Tunoi and Kalpana Rawal applied for a stay of execution. The judges, the bench of 5, restrained themselves from giving a verdict on the preliminary applications, and also said that this appeal will still stand, is still alive. So the lawyers requested them, Dibal, to give a stay of execution to the Court of Appeal orders that effectively said these two judges must retire. So they were looking for an opportunity, 21 days to be precise, Dibal, to have a time that they can present the appeal before a properly constituted Supreme Court bench. So that's supposed to happen here. But again, as I said, the Judicial Service Commission yesterday indicated they'll be advertising. I mean, the dailies today, we have those advertisements for those two positions and the third position, which is the one for the Deputy Chief Justice. So that's what we're here for this morning, Dibal, to hear what the bench of 5, led by the retiring Mutunga, will be saying, whether they give the stay or not.
All right, given that today is the 16th, and we know that, of course, the Chief Justice will be retiring officially, this is an early retirement, then what does this really portend also for the outcome of this particular ruling today?
Fact is, the Supreme Court cannot function going forward, because looking at the number of judges we have 4. For a quorum of a Supreme Court to be properly deemed as a Supreme Court sitting proper, they must have 5. So effectively, Dibal, if the way this ruling goes today, so long as Justice Mutunga is out and Kalpana Rawal is out, we have only 4 judges. There are functions that the Supreme Court cannot undertake going forward. Well, it's taken care of how the structures in the Supreme Court will be, and the judiciary generally. But the fact that we don't have a Chief Justice and a Deputy Chief Justice stalls all operations, technical operations that must be performed by the Chief Justice and the Deputy Chief Justice, for example, swearing the bar. So whichever way this ruling goes today, there's a quorum hit, a serious quorum hit at the Supreme, which can only sit on applications but cannot sit to give a judgment to the bar.
Right, many thanks indeed. Ken Mijungu reporting there from Supreme Court, and of course we are keeping our eyes peeled and keeping out our ears on that particular developing story, and we'll give you all the gritty details in our subsequent bulletins.